Hello, hello, and welcome, my YouTube friends. Doing the monthlies. Just finished up the full moon to new moon read for January into February 2021. So now I'm full steam ahead looking in to February 2021. Gonna keep working on the Path of True Love reads with the extendeds on Vimeo. But to break it up for me, because it's a lot of work, the extendeds with my level of production, it certainly is, decided to add some of these new monthlies. So I'm playing with a bunch of the oracles. So far I've got no tarot scheduled in these, just as a little break, right? So this is angels and mantras. We're going to be using the Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue, with the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. I'm going to try and limit these to only one bookie book per all sign reading. Although I really want to do like the crystals and the mantras and stuff. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to see how it goes. I got the Crystal Oracle here, Whispers of Love. That's the next one. I'm going to do the Crystal Whispers of Love. Like, it's fun playing with the names. So just trying out some new stuff. You know, it's a new year and all of that. We're underway. So let's have fun with this. I breathe as you can. A general reading. It's all signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What I find particularly with the mantras, if not the angels, that if you write down the mantras for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign, and almost like write them on Post-its, then you can sort of like rearrange them and they make like paragraphs of power. Oh, paragraphs of power. Oh, good God almighty. So yeah, again, of course it's general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The decks always that I read are in the description box at the bottom with some interesting links should you care to go further into my work, particularly Path of True Love stuff is coming out, which will be the ebook that gets done after Words of Grace, which is coming out in a couple of weeks, I think. We're playing with the launch date. So I guess that's about it. Please take a nice deep breath. Both feet on the floor. I always say that just to be grounded and centered so you can really take this in. And I will do the best that I can, calling in my angels for each of the signs, as well as the Ascended Masters General Assembly. All right, so actually we are going to start with the angels, and then we'll do the mantras both at the same time. Please take a nice deep breath, and we'll do Aries. Okay. My angels of fire on the sign of Aries. The Michaelites, please. One card in clarity from the Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. What is the angel that, you know, is available to them? The piece of healing, the function of the angel providing this healing for them to but ask. Trust, the angel of trust. So there's a healing of your trust here in some way, shape, or form. Now, rather than go too deep into that, just not getting to do that right now, let's get the mantra, right? And see, because this is the Healing with the Angels mantra with the Healing with the Angels oracle, right? So please take a nice deep breath. Alrighty, my Ascended Masters General Assembly, although I would think the Healing, the Ascended Masters of Healing here, one card in clarity. For the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, please clarify what is the perfect healing mantra for them that they should work with in tandem with the Healing Angels of Trust. Untangling neglect. Abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss are the four ego wounds, according to Matt Kahn, and I'm right there with him. I agree. Neglect is a hard one because it's so subtle. Sometimes you don't catch it for a while, different than abuse, which is usually outright and obvious. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. And I've gotten this a bunch of times, and you know, neglect is a tricky thing, but when it comes to healing your trust, that would make sense. In a sense, right? It's like there were those who really said they were going to do something and neglected to do so in some way, shape, or form, right? And we could extrapolate upon that for hours, and that's why it's a general read, not a personal read. You want a personal read? Find me on Facebook, really, the easiest way. Instagram, we'll set something up. We can Zoom it, we can Facebook Messenger, which is really the best that I have found so far. So untangling neglect. Let's, this is like, it's alphabetical, of course it's near the end of it. But this is a very powerful mantra if you take it to heart, so to speak. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. When neglect is untangled, you are no longer turning to outside sources for constant reassurance and validation, right? Now, that's a very Aries thing to do, that, to be self-validating, right? So I could see that. Instead, you are going within the depths of your own heart to notice the parts of yourself that require the presence of your attention. In nurturing yourself this way, you step forward as the first responder to each wound, concern, and desire. From this space, there becomes less of a likelihood of attracting relationships where further neglect occurs. I'll sign off on that. I'll initial that MAO. Simply because you have accepted your role as the one who nurtures the innocence within you. This is inner child work. I think I won't say at its simplest, but as the easiestly applicable, but easy depending on where you are in that process. This mantra is ideal for building self-confidence, surviving codependency. Hello, Frisco. There's another one of the 4 ego wounds. And healing neediness, which neediness really does tune you in to the differences between what it is you need and what you want. Because sometimes, it's so funny, Matt Kahn says this, as long as I got his card on the table, he says that when what we want and what we need is what manifests, we think we manifested it, right? But when what we want and what we need are not the same thing, we always get what we need, but it takes a certain level of mental maturity, spiritual altitude to see it that way, because that child inside of us does not agree with that no matter what, right? If it's holding on to pain and if it has been neglected. So to do that, right, that to teach that child in your heart every day, little by little, to trust in you by taking the time to give yourself all the approval I desire, and the words you choose are your own to do that. Mine is just like, kid, you're kicking ass. And my kid loves F-bombs, man. I'm going to drop them left, right, and center. Giggles, right? It's like, fucking awesome. We fucking love you, right? But particularly after working all day long, and it's like, we did really, really good work on the YouTube, and clients and friends calling in and panics and stuff. Believe me, professional witch. I haven't had a day off in weeks, right? Even though I don't make a video, there's no such thing as a day off. It's just the witch's life. But then to be like, kid, I love you so much. What do you like with cookies? I'm like, all right, Pepperidge Farm, Nantuckets, you got it, kid. Right? And that's loving yourself. And that's very Aries, first house work. Let's keep going. Taurus, my goal. Shift of energy from fire to earth. Please take a nice deep breath. I love doing these. These are fun for me. My angels of earth, my angels and archangels of earth in the sign of Taurus, the Aureolites, the Arielites, the Urielites, please. One card in clarity for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What's the healing angel sort of like offering out to their wing to the Taurus collective, February 2021, please? Dreams. Now, I have always taken this card to mean more than just getting rest and sleep and nocturnal stuff. Maybe. This is also about the subconscious mind. This is very much about the dreams in your heart, the dreams in your soul, the things that you dream to do that as a Taurus might be of high value to you, because Taurus is lifelong values, bedrock values. Yes, of course, money and homes and long-term purchases and stuff like that, of course. But what makes a true healthy Taurus, in my experience, though I have no planets in it, is that their core values are refined and kept building, growing over time, right? That bedrock, that fertility is really a stabilization for then the abundance that they manifest in their lives in every way, shape, and form. So let's keep going. Let's find out, what's your healing mantra there. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, I hear you. All right, my ascended masters, please. What do you got here? What is the perfect healing mantra for this Taurus collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Who has the offer from the healing angel of dreams? And yes, that might very well be the sleepy dreams, the nocturnal subconscious integration and regurgitation of sensory data. But usually when it shows up with the healing angel, there's a bit more to it than that. So please, what is their perfect healing mantra? February 2021. Now here's the thing. There are no womp-womp cards in this deck of healing mantras, but this one sure feels like one at times. Transforming tragedy. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. And in a general read, you get to choose which one of those you want to focus on in terms of a dream, because there's so many different ways to interpret that. Going with loss is my reminder that more room has been made for gifts to be received. Well, what are the gifts that you are receiving? Because even if you look at her face, I mean, she's an angel, but she's like in repose. She's rest, she's sleeping, she's dreaming. What is the dream that you feel like you might have lost? Or has have you experienced a loss, and who hasn't? I mean, loss and gain. I'll read it from the book in a minute. Loss and gain is just part of the cycle of nature. It's written into everything, right? The waxing and waning of it all. Maybe something was lost to make room for your dream to manifest. Very possible in a general reading like this. Let's see, transforming tragedy. Loss reminds me, whoops, sorry. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. And honestly, I've worked this mantra enough times that actually, when I actually catch myself with loss, which by the way, loss is one of the 4 ego wounds, by the way, along with neglect, it's like, okay, more room is being made for greater gifts to be received. And I know that. I mean, I know that magically. I know that's how the universe works, right? So when tragedy is transformed, you see that endings foreshadow the inevitable arrival of exciting new beginnings. Now, it does with the alliteration, transforming tragedy. That's a bit rough. That is a bit, but, you know, call it what it is. If it is something that is really tragic, that the world is going through, that we are all going through individually and collectively in some way, shape, or form over the past year, it may not feel good to lose the things that once defined you. But it is life's way of expanding your identity to invite more passion, joy, and synchronicity into your reality. As you transform tragedy, any degree of loss merely sets the stage for the arrival of greater gains. This mantra is ideal for overcoming personal struggles, which it's everybody, right? Mourning the death of a loved one and releasing regret. So look, the other part of this that I'm getting is pay attention to your subconscious mind. Pay attention to your dreams, if indeed there has been death involved in the past year, right? This is for February. It's for the month of that. But just looking at the macro of what we've been going through on planet Earth for so long. It's, if you look in the much larger picture, you can watch the evolution of human consciousness happening, but we are still in the crucible of that. That's a whole other conversation. So of course, there's been a great deal of loss. There's been so much on so many levels. And if you are an empath, how can you not be feeling that, right? I get it. I get it. So to call upon the healing angel of dreams, right? Remember, this is the Healing with the Angels Oracle and the healing mantra. What would the healing angel of dreams do? Heal your dreams and heal you in your dreams, or bring you into lucid dreaming, or, you know, there's so many good videos on YouTube with the subliminal stuff and the binaural beats and stuff for lucid dreaming. I use them, and I'm not a great big dreamer, but they have worked for me on occasion, and I don't do them, you know, every night for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's just not who I am. It's like, I'm a Virgo. I got to move on to the next thing. If it's not giving immediate results, it's not really true. So, you know, there's healing here for you in your dreams, as well as I cannot shake, and I think this is for the majority of you, that the dreams that you had last year, you still might be carrying some residuals. Is now looking at this new year and going, well, like, are those dreams from last year that were tragically, you know, derailed, whatever, on pause? Revive your dream, transform your dream, and let your dream be transformed with that healing angel, I think, is another very healthy way of looking at that in terms of that mantra. Yes, witch work. Okay, gems, please take a nice deep break. Deep break. Take a deep break. Take a deep breath. Yeah, get me into some of that beautiful air. My angels and archangels of air, the Raphaelites, and the sign of Gemini. Please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video. What is the healing angel that extends the message, that extends the offer for healing? It's a good way to say that. February 2021. answered prayer. Now, I take this a couple of different ways, actually. The healing angel of the answered prayer would say, yes, your prayer has been answered. Here's your healing. But they all kind of do that. It's getting you prepared, getting you healthy and in balance, or whatever is needed. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit, right? All levels of you for your prayer to be received. Your prayer, I mean, the saying is every prayer is heard and every prayer is answered, but just because we don't see it, we don't know that that's not the truth, right? So sometimes there is some healing. It's like, okay, I call upon the angels, the healing angels of answered prayer, to show me how my prayer is being answered. And if I cannot see it, prepare me so that I may. Oof, it's a good prayer. I have the grace of prayer. It's in my book. Coming out soon. What is the healing mantra for this? I really like these two together. Like if you were going to get 2 decks for yourself that you were going to pull a card a day, right? This would be the one to do it with. Although I like some of the other combos too. All right, Gems, breathe. Yeah, my Ascended Masters General Assembly. Answered prayer is general enough. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, February 2021, with the angel of healing prayer. What's that mantra? Give us a little more on that. Welcoming surrender. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. This is another one of those cards that, though there are no womp womp cards in this, because these are all about healing, and you have to acknowledge and be authentic about what sucks about healing and what needs to be healed from time to time. But welcoming surrender to an answered prayer, there is no problem, only destiny being revealed. For an air sign, there could be a lot of belief systems in the way there for that one. What do you mean there is no problem? I've had that conversation. So I don't have those conversations unless people are paying me as a reader and a spiritual counselor. And here on YouTube, yay. You can't take it personally. It's general. It's a general read. Welcoming surrender. This is really about flying so high that you see the aspect of the divine plan and surrender to it, in my experience. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. When surrender is welcomed, you are open to viewing life as the playground of the soul's evolution, not the ego's all-you-can-eat 24/7 buffet, right? Because if you put the ego in charge, my God, it's been in charge for such a long time on planet Earth, right? When surrender is welcome, you are open to viewing life as the playground of the soul's evolution. You're no longer worrying about what to do or where to go. Instead, you are following the gentle, peaceful flow of inner guidance. In surrender, every personal conflict is handed over to Source so as not to distract from the prime objective of evolving your consciousness with the utmost sincerity, love, and compassion for all. That is high altitude mantra. And for a mutable air sign, Gemini, you're the only mutable air sign in the zodiac, mantra work and breath work, I'm getting very clearly, I don't know if it's even just for one of you, but whatever it is, Sanskrit, KAHN, affirmations, whatever it is, or something about your throat chakra. And I think that's true of Geminis in general, I would think. Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. A Rising might be more doing it visibly, and a Moon more privately or internally. But it's the choice of it. That's the thing of the mantra, to choose it over and over again. This mantra is ideal for eliminating resistance, dealing with anger, and easing an overthinking mind. Oh, Gemini's never. Snark. Okay, I hope you guys like that. So now, by the way, they said once I got a couple on the table. So like I said, you put the mantras together. So just the 3 we've got on the table. Untangling neglect, transforming tragedy, and welcoming surrender, right? Just think about those 3 in a row. Like, let's say somebody gets these, then the mantra, I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Loss is the reminder. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received, and there is no problem, only destiny being revealed, right? It's like Lego blocks, right? Okay, let's do my crab cakes. My Cancerian collective. Sorry, I'm being a Virgo. I have to put them all back in the right way with the angel heads all going the same way. It's not anal retentive. I'm oral. let's look at the Cancerians, shall we? I got enough rings on. I can do it this time. Please take a nice deep breath. my angels and archangels of water on the sign of Cancer. It's the Gabrielites. Such an honor to be in your presence. Please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian collective. That's a lot of kakakakas. For Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for February 2021. What is the healing angel that is offering, that is ready, willing, and able to come to their aid at a call, a surrender and release? Now, like that transforming tragedy thing, the healing angel of surrender and release is going to help you let go. And God, there are so many different interpretations of what it means to let go. Right? My God, well, there's the physical detox aspect of it, right? Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, cutting people out of your life, all of that. Sometimes the surrender and release is allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling, so you release it from your cell tissue. Some people might interpret surrender and release as stop feeling that. And I've never found that to work. But then again, I'm a Pisces moon and you're a Cancerian. So if there is the emotional a part of that, let's see. This is why these two decks go very well together, an oracle and healing system. I like it a lot, and I'm wearing my torch of Ariel around me just to keep me in the beam. Oh God, breathe. Oh, Starborn flashback. Oh, please, my Ascended Masters. And we'll say General Assembly on this one. Ascended Masters, General Assembly, whoever wants to pitch in, please. One card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign this February 2021, and working with the angel of the healing angels of surrender and release. Inspiring others, an odd combo. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts and hence surrendering and releasing the burdens that Cancerians carry because they don't want anybody else to fuck it up. I was raised by a Cancerian mother. I have had a Cancerian woman in my life pretty much consistently my entire life. I mean, friends, co-workers throughout. I've got a lifetime case of crabs. So I'm going to say, to be inspiring others. I think you're going to love this mantra if you have not heard this one before, if it's the one I believe it is. Inspiring others, you know, and yet with that surrender and release, I think this one's going to take some weight off your shoulders. Hold on one second. You do inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. Now, that is very much a nurturing thing. Now, by the way, if you do that to an Aries who's untangling neglect, this could go really, really well. And particularly if you have the untangling, if you have the Aries, right? If you have an Aries Cancer thing in your astrological natal makeup. Oh, I'm wearing my astrological natal makeup today. When others are inspired, you allow them to take center stage and step into a greater acknowledgement of their personal power. When others are made to feel useful, they are likely to embrace more courageous decisions as their self-worth increases. Here's the one idea. This is the one. You're going to like this. Imagine the perfection of not having to do everything by yourself and infusing others with a greater sense of purpose just by asking for their help. Oh, what a miracle that would be in some far, far off land, Narnia, perhaps. Because look, Cancerians, I get it. You're territorial AF. You're the crabs. You carry your home around you and you guard it with little clippity clips, right? It's not a matter of feeling weak or being incapable. Instead, it's about realizing the gift of inspiration you possess simply by inviting others to be a part of your day. Oh, lovely. That's so lovely. This mantra is ideal for increasing intimacy in relationships. Sounds great. Resolving martyrdom. Don't come from me. Come from Matt KAHN. He's just going to love you and bless you. So good luck with that. And communicating your needs. You know, magical thinking is not what people think it is. It's actually a psychological term. It's not about thinking about magic, practical or otherwise, right? I'm listening to The Rules of Magic on audio. It's so good. It's so fucking good. So that thing of releasing, perhaps, some of your burden, releasing some of the martyrdom. Now, there isn't an authentic way to do that. I mean, to just kind of butter people up and compliment them so that they work for you or they do what they're supposed to do. Now, that may not inspire. What may inspire is saying, you know, you're really, really good with that. Would you mind helping me out with? Just let me see. Just come take a look and see. Because, you know, my mom's a nursery school teacher. You can't tell from just me in general. Chip off her shoulder. Chip off her old chip. The chip off her shoulder. I love my mom. But, you know, it is that thing. She taught me how to do a lot of things. Cook and clean and all of that stuff because she didn't have a daughter back then. She got an archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, right? So there is a surrender and a releasing there, and it feels like you're emotionally, there might be some emotional release, right? To inspire people and feel people stepping up, right? But you got to work the mantra too. And you got to be willing to let go of some of the threads, right? How many kites you flying? You can hand off a couple. All right, first 4 down. Let's keep going. I forgot. These are work. I love these, but this is a fun thing to do. So let's do the Leos, shall we? Leos, wake up. It's your turn. Breathe. Meow. Oh, my angels of fire and the sign of Leo. Oh, this is the gamut. Right, I'm Leo rising. I'm Virgo sun, and I'm Venus and Libra. Oh, here we go, the gamut. Please, one card in clarity, my beloved angels of fire and the sign of Leo, my Michaelites. Again, please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. What is the healing angel that extends an offer to us that we as Leo, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs may work with? New love. I'm down. I'm both up for that. I'm down for that. Now, the angel of new love, of course, if you're going to do a general abstraction of it, it's new love in any way, shape, or form. It can be a new love for pasta. You know, it can be a new love for yourself. It can be a new love for the gods, new love for the angels, new love for life, new love for romance. And though these are cherubs, really, look up in the Bible what they look like. They don't look like this. This is an artist's interpretation of what cherubim look like. They're mass beings. They're thousands and billions of wings and eyes and shit like that. Fucking scary. So is new love. So is new love, depending on who and where and when and what. So let's get a mantra on that, right? Because what would the healing angel of new love do? Be getting you ready. Right, be getting you ready, teaching you how to love yourself, to be the mate of your own soul so that you can call in the properly prepared soulmate where you help each other heal rather than teach each other how to heal yourselves. The difference between a soulmate and a twin flame. Please take a nice deep breath. Roar. All right, my ascended masters, we're going to go with soul contracts here because it's new love. What are the chances? This is not just all about self-love in one of these reads. Please, for the Leo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, working with the healing angels of new love, what is our healing mantra to maybe assist or apply in that process with the angels? Releasing expectations. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. Now, look, I'm just going to say as a witch, this is really good after spell work, right? After you do the work, right? You find the exact astrological moment and, you know, you got all your ingredients. It's exactly what I did yesterday for a full moon in Leo. It was great. It just kind of came together. I took the time to do it, and then I started recording for the day. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision it or not, releases the expectation. And just in all... Oh, just in every form of intention work, prayer work, it's like you have to release the expectation. Well, here's the mantra that can help you do it, particularly in a situation where new love, where we may very well be anticipating, well, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And what if this happens? Well, anticipation of pain, fear, or loss is part of the ego, where the soul acknowledges and says, yeah, this is scary. Live it up. This is it. Feel what you're feeling, right? Be prepared for new love coming in, and releasing expectations will, of course, assist in that. This is they're all good. There are no stinkers in the KAHN Healing Mantra deck. The sweater vest card. Oh, popped right open to it. Sorry. Sweater vest card. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. And really, truly, from even the quantum string theory, the golden timeline and all that stuff. This is truth. When you release expectations, it is no longer your job to be in control of reality. Why, you ever met a Leo? Well, fixed fire. We know what we want, right? Usually we're pretty clear about what we want, and we would like it all to revolve around us, right? The sun. But I love this. When you release expectations, it's no longer your job to be in control of reality. You are a soul birthed from the fabric of destiny, Destiny's Child, where only the perfection of universal will takes shape and form. Once expectations are released, a life beyond your wildest imagination is given permission to enter into your reality. So do you see? Like, it's right there. It's like encoded. Once expectations are released, a life beyond your wildest imagination is given permission. And with new love coming in, you got to release your expectations. Not the easiest thing to do. So given permission to enter your reality. This mantra is ideal for having more faith. Because you got to have faith. Learning how to trust and alleviating disappointment, because it's often that disappointment, which to me, disappointment is another phrase for the word heartbreak. And it's not all romantic, sexual, we can have our hearts broken about all sorts of different things, but even healing heartbreak just makes your heart bigger. There's more room in a broken heart, says Carly Simon, and I tend to believe her. There you go, Leos. I'll take that. I'll release expectations on a new love, as long as their paperwork is in order. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can prove they have taken the requisite tests. I don't mean IQ, believe me. I tested for IQ. That would be a whole different dating scenario. Wouldn't it be great if there was a hookup app that computed that? Yeah. Virgo. Ready, my brother, sister Virgs? Here we go. I know you guys watch a lot of my stuff, and you would, because I'm good. You know it, and you know it. There's so many Virgo readers on YouTube. I want to start like a thing. Maybe I should put it in my community thing. I'll make a post. Name a YouTube reader that's a Virgo, right? And just list them and put their links so that they can chime in, because it seems like a fuck ton of us. All right, Virgos, nice and earthy, nice and groundy, feet on the floor. Breathe. The halfway mark. Please, my angels of earth, in the sign of Virgo, my beloved archangels of Ariel, Uriel, and Oriel, please, what is the healing angel available for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021, please? We have blessings, because we are a blessing. Cross your legs, right? All right, we'll take that. What does the healing angel of blessings do? These are the questions to ask with oracles. Don't always take it just whack. Oh, it's bringing blessings. Well, its function is the healing angel of blessings. What's in its job description, right? What is its training? I want to know, because I'm a Virgo, right? So healing you through blessings and blessing your healing process, whatever it is. Now, 6th house is health and occupation, right? The 6th house of Virgo. And people immediately associate occupation with what you do for a living, and that's true, but that affects your health. Also, whatever else you're occupied with. Somebody once, crackheads are occupied with crack. It's not really great for their, immune system, so to speak, right? So what are you preoccupied with, right? Virgo, that there is a blessing here in your healing, right? And yes, and of course, blessings of healing and healing your blessings, and play with that for hours or a few minutes while we clarify this. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, and we'll do Ascended Masters General Assembly, please. One card in clarity. You guys are so much fun. One card in clarity for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video with the healing angel of blessings offering a wing. What is the perfect healing mantra to augment that, to work with that? That would greatly serve the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021. Allowing appreciation. Get your Abraham Hicks rampage of appreciation ready. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. And I got this the other day, and really I didn't spend all day focusing on the mantra, but a little bit here and a little bit there. And while I was doing, my youngest cat, my youngest son, Melky, or just a black cat, jumped up in my face, like, meow, like right in my face. And it was like so perfectly timed. It really lit me up. And yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday was a crazy full moon day here at DrawingTheCircle Productions. So the value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. Let's get that. That's a good one in the book. And if you're familiar with the work of Abraham Hicks, rampage of appreciation all day, all night, right? For the entire month, nothing else about it. It would drive us crazy. Because at a certain point when people even try and do stuff like that, there can be a lot of spiritual bypassing of uncomfortable emotions. It's different than working out, than really aligning. Allowing appreciation. This is a long one. The value of my life increases every time I appreciate everything in it. And that doesn't mean everything all at once. It means like, oh yes, including that, even things you wouldn't ordinarily appreciate. When appreciation is allowed, everything is seen as a gift for the evolution of your soul, because it is. We don't always see it. We don't always have to. It's going to be a gift for the evolution of the soul anyway. The more often you appreciate, the greater value you feel within your own life. While there is true worth on uncovering your life's purpose, occupation, right? Part of occupation. Most feelings of discontent are not caused by what you do or don't do. How dare you? I'm a Virgo. They are created simply by a lack of perceived value in your environment. And we can be a little critical. No, input. You allow value in environment. Instead of waiting for things to get better before you allow appreciation, you must be willing to acknowledge the value in all things. And being willing is definitely different than getting it right. Right? No, I'm willing. Right? I'm willing. And to be willing, acknowledge the value in all things. This will awaken the feelings of elation that are always alive within you. In other words, they're dormant and sleeping, but they're alive. Elation, right? With these blessings. Now, the thing is we then become a blessing in that, right? You start blessing things. If you don't like the word appreciation, you can start with the word like. Thumbs up, like the video. It's why? Because you appreciate that. Right? And also to appreciate like art, to look at something, like to appreciate the color of cobalt blue glass, right? Which I do. I appreciate it a lot. I love it. Ho'oponopono and all that. But the Ashaya monks taught me to use the word praise. It's a combination of the word prayer and raise. Like I praise that. You can do it silently. Like I praise cobalt blue glass. I praise these oracle cards, right? It's just that little broom, the open door to the upward spiral. Check out the Ashaya monks. They're interesting. This mantra is ideal for increasing worthiness, decreasing feelings of scarcity, and raising your vibration. I don't know. It sounds like a good deal and a relatively easy mantra that we could get very microscopic about if we wanted to. The value of my life increases each and every time I appreciate everything, including the subatomic particles. Let's get really, let's get, electron microscope detail, Virgo. All right, we are halfway through. Let's look at the leaves. Please take a nice deep breath, my scales. My angels and archangels there in the sign of Libra, please one card in clarity for the Libra collective. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, sign. Beautiful they all are. One card, please. What is the healing angel extending a wing to the Libras? Children. Now, if you got kids, children are such a blessing. I'm allowed to be salty. I'm a 52-year-old gay man. What would the healing angel of children do, though, if you don't, right? Even if you do, this is about healing that child within you, your own innocence, the innocence of your heart, which was also sort of pointed at, as I said, in that Aries card, the mantra, untangling neglect. The child of your heart, Matt KAHN, we'll get to his card, his got a little tarot elbow. Seriously, I have tennis elbow from me. Yeah, you younger readers, get ready for what lay ahead. He talks a lot about inner child work. He says, think of your heart chakra as your inner child and talk to it and give it the nurturing and love. So what would the healing angel of children do? Maybe heal your innocence. Maybe help heal some of that stuff. That child remembers everything, and it sees and hears and experiences everything you do, and it has a longer memory. Particularly as you get older. I have to ask it where I left the remote. So let's see. What is the healing mantra? Please take a nice deep breath. My Ascended Masters, General Assembly, please, one card in clarity for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Watching this video, receiving this reading, the Healing Angel of Children. And the inner child is supposed to hold the seeds to the higher self incarnate within the body. That kind of innocence, please. So what is the perfect healing mantra? And I am Venus and Libra, so maybe I'm in this one. I do inner child work every day. For me, it's not a process. It's not a healing technique. It's a relationship. Please, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, February 2021? Encountering conflict. I don't choose sides, I take a stand. You can't read that, can you? I don't choose sides, I take a stand. This is one I have had to employ quite a bit, particularly over the past year. When I read it, I think you'll know why, rather than me extrapolate any further. Encountering a conflict. Excuse me. I don't choose sides, I take a stand. It sounds a little Clint Eastwood now that I think of it. When conflict is encountered, two opposing viewpoints wrestle for a dominant position. Yeah. Each hopes to achieve success by changing the other's viewpoint. Now you know what I'm talking about? If encountering conflict from a conscious standpoint, you may realize one of the greatest gifts you can offer is allowing others to be heard, because sometimes that is all that you need to do, is just hear them. And it goes on. You may not agree with their argument, but you are embracing their needs simply by choosing to listen. When you listen instead of lash out, you are taking a stand for love. This is making the decision to anchor higher frequencies of light through the demonstration of your ethics, morals, and values, of matching the unconsciousness of others with equal amounts of aggression. Now, before I read the last little bit, but if that child has been neglected, abused, codependent upon, or has experienced loss, and which of us has not, or you are dealing with somebody, because everybody has an inner child, right? That if they are coming from pain, you hearing them, particularly if they suffer, again, I'm going to go back to that Aries card, right? Untangling neglect. It's something to consider. It is something to consider. It's like maybe just listening to them. And then if they come for you and try and brainwash you, I don't know, kick them in the shins and run. I don't know. That's what a kid would do, right? Well, I did. I'm the youngest of four. I had to learn to fight. I'm also 6 foot, like 6'1" in the right boots. With this encountering conflict, this inner child, you keep that child safe. You call to that healing angel, and it's like all we have to do is sit and listen. And the whole time, as you're listening, being present, just keep your eye on that child inside of you, right? Because it may want to throw stones and sticks and stones, which may break their bones. But names depends on the name and the person. This mantra is ideal for settling arguments, unraveling passive-aggressive behavior, and releasing the tendency to blame. That's a tricky one. I will say that sounds like just a challenge of the Super Friends right there. Yeah, you got to deal with your dark side. Okay. I should resign from YouTube after that. I'm not going to. I don't have to. I'm my own boss. I'll take it up with the president. It's fine. Let's move along. Scorpio, please take a nice deep breath. Oh, here we go. Oh, the angels of water. Angels and archangels of water, the sign of Scorpio. Please, what is the healing angel available to the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, February 2021? Whoa, you got the miracles. That's like one of the jackpot cards in here. What would the healing angel of miracles do? Now, if you are familiar with A Course in Miracles, it's all about forgiveness, and people don't want to know that, and that is just the truth. But it is about transformation from fear to love, from lead to gold, a piece of alchemy. But the traditional meaning of miracles is something has occurred that could only be at the finger or the touch or the will of the divine, because it defies natural law. Now, a lot of times we use that word if it just defies our belief system, and that might be true too, right? So let's see what the Ascended Masters have to do there. That's why I'm using General Assembly when I say the prayer for the card. Because the only one that hasn't really been general has been that one of new love, like welcoming surrender, surrender and release, right? And they're all healing angels. So please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, my Ascended Masters, General Assembly, please. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, February 2021? If the angel of miracles is helping them heal to prepare them for miracles, or bringing them miraculous healings, things that seem to defy belief, natural law, cosmic law, I don't know if that would work, but natural law, all the time it happens. Please, their perfect mantra to work with that angel. Discovering happiness, I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. I couldn't be happier for you, Scorpios. I mean, my brother Matt is a Scorpio. My best friend, Mark Wendland, twice Tony nominated set designer, Tony Award. Yeah, I can't remember it all the time. I recall him later now. I love my Scorpios. They are brothers to me in so many ways, literal and figurative. Allowing yourself to be content exactly as you are is not necessarily always the Scorpio's bailiwick, particularly if they're empathing on people around them, right? It can be very, very challenging to do that, hence a miracle. Now look, all you have to do, regardless of any of these cards, in terms of the angels, is you can be as eloquent or colloquial as you like. Anything from, oh dear great angel of miracles, bestow unto me the healing necessary that I may receive the miracles that thou wouldst have me have. Or like, hey, angel of miracles, what the fuck, help, right? You know, like, it's fine. Like, we gotta get over that stuff. These are celestial beings. They get it, right? So with discovering happiness, that it might take a miracle, this is your part of your end of the miracle work. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. When happiness is discovered, discovering happiness is the mantra, you are inspired, excited, and passionate about the gift of being alive. All right, there's a willingness to open your heart to the mystery of each moment, whether you're getting what you want or witnessing unexpected outcomes. Now, again, any of the water signs, every sign can be empathic intuitively, but particularly the water signs. If we are feeling other people's disappointment, it is incredibly challenged to, in that moment, right, have the willingness to open your heart to the mystery of each moment, whether you're getting what you want or witnessing unexpected outcomes. It's rough. The discovery of happiness frees you from needing life to bring you more of this or less of that. The true joy of being yourself has dawned. This mantra is ideal for facing disappointment, developing self-approval, and feeling fulfilled. And it's not that you don't have to do no work. You have to be willing. And saying a mantra repeatedly, not obsessively, but repeatedly, and particularly for the waters, you know, the water signs, to allow yourself to feel them as it builds. Like if you say 5 times, you don't feel it, yeah, just give it a little bit longer. Particularly Pisces. Well, let's move on. I want to do the next thing. Beautiful water. Okay, 4 left. Last row, Sagittarians, my crab cakes, my Sagittarian cakes. My Sagittarians is Jupiter ruled. Take a nice deep breath. Excuse you, did you hear that? Comment if you heard that. Oh, it's a garbage truck. Very quiet though. I didn't hear him coming. Percussive, lovely sound. Please take a nice deep breath. Alrighty. Angels of fire. And the sign of Sagittarius, the Michaelites. Please, 1 card in clarity. For my beloved Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus signs friends watching this video, receiving this reading, what is the healing angel that reaches out to them? February 2021. Meditation. Lovely. Remember, meditation can also mean contemplation. It's not all about sitting zazen. I do enjoy the Eastern forms quite a bit. Enjoy, they're lovely. I've had some of my deeper mystical experiences of the peace of mind that passes all understanding, which is a very Western phrase in a very Eastern way, right? And connected me to grace in ways that there's all sorts of different ways to meditate. People say, I can't meditate. It's like, can you space out watching TV? Yeah, well, then you can meditate. It's really the same thing. But you're in control of the content to an extent. When you're sitting in silence, you're watching the mind move. I get it. You're Sagittarians, right? There's a lot going on. Mutable fire signs, right? You don't like to be bored, but you would like the consciousness expansion that comes from that. Ninth house is also the house of spirituality in the 12th house system. Breathe. All righty, my Ascended Masters. Again, General Assembly, one card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Sagittarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? February 2021, working with the Healing Angel of Meditation. And maybe this mantra would be the perfect mantra for them to meditate upon. Chanting it, thinking about it, contemplating it. February 2021, processing grief. My losses prove how deeply I loved. A rough card, but here's the thing. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Are you experiencing anxiety? Because in my experience, take it for what it's worth. I saw it in a TED Talk, and it made so much sense that when I started actually doing this mantra, it actually clicked mentally for me, not just emotionally, because no one is really taught how to process grief, at least not in my generation or previous for millennia, right? When you repress grief, of course, why wouldn't it make sense pushing that emotion down, that feeling down, that fear of it? Why wouldn't it create anxiety? Because you're so afraid of loss, right? So everything, you have to be so hyper vigilant. Hence, what might be, if not the core of, certainly a brick in an anxiety. I don't want to go so forth as to say disorder, but there are anxiety disorders, like panic disorders, and there's a difference. I am well aware. I grew up in a very psychologically educated family in that way. They're therapists in the mix. So I come from, so I'm a professional witch. Well, I just didn't want to do what the rest of them were doing, so I became a profession of my own, right? I'm not the only professional witch on planet Earth, by the way. There are a bunch of us. We're just gathering our forces. So processing grief. This might be something triggered for you February 2021, but remember, losses, you can have grief about something that other people might not get. Like, it's different if somebody dies, obviously. That's the grieving process, and you take as long as it's needed. But with the card of meditation and ninth house Sagittarius spirituality, this might really be about more addressing unprocessed grief inside of you that has you walking on eggshells out of the fear of loss. Instead of, for example, just amusing, this may not be for everybody, following your dream. Well, I would love to follow my dream, but my losses prove how deeply I loved, would kind of heal you of that thing of, okay, so there's probably going to be some loss. Nothing lasts forever in this world. The only thing that doesn't change, and my father said this to me when I was very young, very young, like 7 or 8 years old. The only statement in this world that will never change is, this too shall pass. Thanks for the existential dread, Dad. But he's right. It's not existential dread. It's just a truth, right? So that's when I took to Jean-Paul Sartre, no exit. That was in junior high. Look, meditation with processing grief. And of course, I'm going to read the card here. Just keep in mind, those feelings of grief and fear and anxiety deserve more love, not less. That is a Matt Kahn thing. Oh, it's not like maybe he did, was the first person to voice it that way, but if not, whoever did, they're right on, and I'm not right there with them, right? You don't have to do it on a stage. You don't have to do it in front of everybody. Take time. Go out into the woods. Take a nice deep breath. Yeah, I'm going to say my Ascended Masters General Assembly, particularly with meditation and processing grief. What is the perfect healing mantra? I'm still clarifying this. I'm so sorry. I guess I must really be feeling the empathic flux of so many people having to process so much loss so quickly over the past year. I mean, loss of opportunity, again, not just about physical disincarnation, whatever you want to call it, croaking. Let me read this for you. Processing grief. I guess I just had the cards in my hand. Like, that's the thing about being an empath, too. It's like, you might be processing other people's grief, and honestly, that's a gift not just to them, but you get the alchemy. You get the consciousness expansion that comes from that. They won't, but they won't be feeling that pressure. My losses prove how deeply I loved. When grief is processed, you are able to notice the maturity you gained, even when losing the people, places, and things that once defined your sense of self. Hello, it feels like the entire planet has gone through that and is still. As you process grief, you are able to celebrate how deeply you committed to love instead of holding a grudge towards those who left or couldn't love you back. Once grief is fully processed, it can ignite a deeper commitment to love. It does. I've gotten this card plenty. You know that your alignment with Source is not a matter of what comes or goes. It's determined by how much of yourself you are willing to share. And I think that part of alignment with Source is just so on the money here with that card of meditation. This mantra is ideal for opening back up to love, rebuilding trust, and addressing heartache. I think that speaks for itself. What a brilliant mantra. My losses prove how deeply I love. In fact, it really is affirming the power of love within you. Highly recommend it. Shall we? Capricorns. Yay, earth signs. Breathe. Yes, my angels and archangels of earth, my Arielites, my Oriolites, my Urielites. I love you all so very much. I'm going to take a nice break after this, so we'll get a cup of coffee and we'll see what happens next with my day. I know it's on the schedule. I can feel that Capricorn. It's Saturday. Like, if you're watching this on Saturday, it's like Saturn day. Well, must get work done. Please, one card in clarity for my beloved Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. February 2021. What is the healing angel that extends its grace to them? The angel of forgiveness, which is highest potential creating. Forgiveness is the alchemy, the fire in the crucible that transforms lead to gold, pain to peace, and illusion to truth. Forgiveness, however, does not mean that you don't keep your boundaries in place, but you might have to readjust them. Boundaries change as we shift and grow, but forgiveness is not something that the ego can do. When you are inflamed, when you are tired, when you are hurt, when you are in pain, you turn that love to yourself first, to the best of your ability. And then as you rest and release and give yourself the love that only you can give you, the soul, which does know how to forgive, begins that process deeper within yourself. And as you forgive, you are forgiven. That's quantum entanglement. It's just how it works. It's a highly individualized curriculum for all of us. And I will say that, you know, I've studied some pretty intense stuff in this life, particularly on the witchcraft spectrum, so to speak, the magical part of it. But it was Course in Miracles that kicked my ass so thoroughly that I know how to forgive, or at least how to enter into the process. Because Course in Miracles says all it takes is a small willingness to forgive for a miracle to be made, to be a miracle maker. What's your healing mantra with this? Talk about General Assembly. What's not to forgive with what we've all been through? Well, and if you look at things from the quantum perspective of it, it's like it's infinite choices. It's a video game. You're a soul incarnate. You've never done anything wrong. It's just playing a game that's already been filmed, right? It's already in the code in the matrix. Take a nice deep breath, my calves. Sorry, my ascended masters, they have senses of humor. They would have to let me work with them, or them work with me. One card in clarity for my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, please. Watching this February 2021 with this forgiveness card, which we know is not easy, is often a slow and steady wins the race. If they've got a slow burn forgiveness lesson going on to Spirits of the Universe, Gary Renard, you'll see what I mean. Please, what is the perfect healing mantra for them February 2021? Is that all one card? Yes, it is. Expanding inner power. I don't know why it feels thicker than the other ones. Expanding inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. I love this card. Look what I do for a living. well, part of what I do for a living, right? Capricorns, all of us got side gigs, unfortunately. My side gig is reading people on their YouTubes and taking clients and all that jazz. So expanding inner power. So this is about your creativity. This is very throat chakra, having it being given a voice. So let me read you that, because in tandem with forgiveness, this could be challenging, but developing of your highest potential, which is the 10th house sign of zodiac. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. When inner power expands, you are able to openly communicate your truths, aspirations, and ideas as a way of circulating the energy that pours in from the cosmos. Okay? As energy gets circulated by the sharing of your ideas, the universe is given permission to pour more inspiration, passion, and joy into your energy field. I get that. Now, I'm just going to pause out there for a second. If you're feeling guilt, you know, that's an interesting way to say that. Thank you. If you're feeling guilt, your own or somebody else's, you can express that in a way that is healthy. Maybe no one ever needs to know that you see it, right? You know, but talk about it. Go, you know, work it out if there's anger, if there's rage. Creativity isn't just about creating a product, right? Process is way more important than product. I'm an artist. I know. That's why I'm not cranking out 10,000 videos a day, because I prefer the process be the focus rather than the product, so that I give you quality. In other words, if I am burnt, crispy, and salty as fuck, you do not want me touching these cards, right? And giving those kind of messages, right? So I have other means of expressing that stuff, particularly through inner child work, spiritual process, prayer, meditation. You have at it, right? As your inner power expands, creativity becomes the life force of source energy surging through you to inspire the embodiment of your highest self, which of course is the part of you that can forgive effortlessly. This doesn't mean it's all done at once, and it's forgiveness is never a once and done. What is in this world? This mantra is ideal for resolving creative blocks, healing traumas. See, that's, I would think, where the forgiveness angel comes in, and releasing blocks of stagnation, because you are creative earth, you're cardinal earth, you're the mountain. You give support to so much, but mountains aren't created overnight. Well, you know, great big earthquake, depends on how you want to look at that. But it is slow and steady wins the race. The mountain goat, sure-footed, step by step. But also keep in mind, Capricorns are known for being born old and growing young. So that innocence of your heart, to let it have a voice, even if it wants to punch a hole in the wall or somebody else, don't, but give it a voice. Dance. Sorry, I had to do that with a list. Possessed by 80s dance teachers in my past speaking through me, though they're all still alive, as far as I know. You gotta dance. Put it in the dance. We're the dancers, right? I mean, to bring a little levity to it. I mean, Capricorns, you guys have it. You're Saturn, right? You're Capricorn. I get it. So, you know, and even if it is forgiving yourself, then go ahead, talk to that part of you, to give that the love that only you can give it, and say, honey, we're all doing the best that we can. Everybody's doing the best that they can, step by step. And I would they're flashing it in my head. The universe always has a plan, Matt KAHN. If you're into his mantras and stuff, the very first, there are 10 golden rules of letting go. The very first one is you've done nothing wrong. And from the soul's perspective, that's true, right? You're just playing out the script. And yes, there's some improv here and there, obviously. All right, well, let's move to the Aqualungs, my Aquariums. How are you, my darlings? Nice fixed signs you are. Please take a nice deep breath and hold it. Let it go. My angels and archangels of air in the sign of Aquarius, please, one card in clarity. I've got the wrong deck in my hand. This is a lot. These reads jump from sign to sign to sign, planet to planet to planet, interplanet Janet. She's a galaxy girl, a solar system mist from a super world. Breathe. Yes, my angels and archangels of air, the sign of Aquarius. Please, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. What is the healing angel available to them? Available to everybody, but the one that they might want to look into, fix their fixed air minds on February 2021. Truth and integrity, blessed be. I love my aquariums, particularly the artists and the technology people, because they have such strong integrity about their craft, right? Their science, however you want to see that. The truth and integrity. Integrity is such a great word. We think it only has to do with honor code, and indeed it does. But structural integrity, right? If there's no crack in the foundation, if an egg has no crack in it, it is in its full integrity, right? So there's a wholeness to it, a WHOLENESS instead of HOLENESS or an ASHHHOE. Truth and integrity. What would the healing angel of truth and integrity do but heal you in your truth and integrity and show you the truth and integrity in your healing and all sorts of other word games? See, that's the thing with angels. Mostly they communicate with us non-verbally. Right. I mean, until you actually experience one, it's going to seem like fantasy and science, whatever, or science fiction, because there are even angels that show up in science fiction. They're celestial beings, right? Until you actually experience one, there's a certain truth that you can have as much faith as you want, but experience that. And it's like that thing, if you've never experienced it, well, there's nothing I can say to convince you, and if you've never experienced it, and if you've experienced it, you don't have to convince anybody else. It's that sort of deal with truth and integrity. But remember, the aquariums, fixed air, you guys see the larger picture. That's where you really, really shine like stars, right? Fixed air, the stratosphere, see that larger humanitarian, hey, can't we all just be friends kind of dealio with truth and integrity. It's very fifth dimensional, hence why the age of Aquarius has been so associated with the anchoring of fifth dimensional consciousness into planet Earth. Well, it's already in planet Earth. It's just in the humans now that we're still integrating it, right? That's the truth. Breathe. My Ascended Masters General Assembly with this healing angel of truth and integrity. What do you got for these beloved Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Perfect healing mantra that they can focus on with and in truth to support, right, that angel, to help them heal them with truth and integrity. February, maybe to speak their truth and integrity. February 2021. Expressing free will, like throat chakra, what comes out your mouth. My choices determine how brightly I shine. Totally makes sense with truth and integrity. Am I putting the patterns on the cards the wrong way? No. Expressing free will. My choices determine how brightly I shine. Please take a nice deep breath for this one, because this is where the power is put, well, not into your hands, your throat, so to speak. Expressing free will. My choices determine how brightly I shine. When free will is expressed, the quality of your experience is based not on the actions of others, but on how wisely and lovingly each moment is viewed. So much easier said than done. It doesn't match the unconsciousness of others or fight to have the final word. You ever argue with an Aquarian? Instead, free will conveys the brightness of your soul through the sum of your words and actions, even when responding to those who aren't acting their best. This mantra is ideal for overcoming feelings of disempowerment, fulfilling personal goals, and becoming more ambitious. And I know a lot of ambitious Aquariums, particularly in the technology field of IT. Look, truth and integrity and expressing your free will, you do have choice in any given moment. Just do know in the quantum hologram of all of this, all of the outcomes have already been filmed. It's like playing a video game. It's all programmed in the matrix. You have free will. So in every moment, the Course in Miracles does say this, if not outright verbatim, says that in every moment you have a choice between love and fear. There's your free will, not how things turn out, right? You just kind of have to go with that. So to be in your truth and your integrity, to speak of truth and integrity of your own free will here seems to be a loud and clear message that is healing to you, particularly if you've been bottling stuff up in your cell tissue, in your body. It's where it goes. And it's just time for you to speak up. Again, I would refer you to Expanding My Inner Power. I'm at my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice, because there's a way of doing this that is loving and wise instead of not. Breathe. Pisces, last one down. I'm the Pisces moon. I'm the only Pisces moon in the room because I don't know my cat's moon signs because they came to me after they were born and people didn't pay attention to when they were born. I would want to know my kitty cat charts, but I know their sun signs. Breathe. Meow. All right, my mermaids, my mermen, Ethel or otherwise, please, one card in clarity. My angels and archangels of water on the sign of Pisces, please. What is the healing angel available to us, beloved mer creatures? The Piscean collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs, watching this video, receiving this reading, please. What is the perfect healing angel that reaches out to us that we may reach out to in perfection, under grace, and in perfect ways, February 2021? Ideas and inspiration. Let's burn it down. Bosco, why'd you touch the house? I was laughing at me. Take breath. What would the healing angel of ideas and inspiration do? Give you new ideas and inspiration about healing, as well as help you heal your ideas so that more inspiration comes in. I mean, you could be inspired to kick somebody's squat in the nuts if you like, but do you act on it, right? Hopefully not, right? Well, unless they're coming for you. I'm from New York, honey. I'm the youngest of 4. I know how to aim. I also have really long, powerful legs. Please, Ascended Masters, I know I'm a little giddy. Forgive me or don't. One card in clarity in tandem with this, the healing angels of ideas and inspiration. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective, sun, moon, rising? Venus signs, myself included, February 2021, please. Our perfect healing mantras with the healing angels of ideas and inspiration are opening my mind. Oh my God, I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas. Hand, glove, fit. Now, this does make sense. Just keep your mind open because Pisces, you know, this isn't just about the everyday logic of things necessarily. This is about understanding that the world is changing and things that might have been true yesterday may not be true today, as well as new truths that have been there all along but hidden may be revealed. Opening my mind to the angel, the healing angel of ideas and inspiration. Right? Right? Oh my God. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas. When your mind opens, you are no longer limited by fearful beliefs or at odds with your own healing journey. Swimming, 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 swimming. With an open mind, you are aware of a bigger cosmic picture where your personal life ushers in your highest potential by uplifting the consciousness of humanity. Now, there is a Piscean statement, if ever I heard it, because we are 12th house. 12th house is the collective unconscious. It is the emotional aspect of the quantum field of unity consciousness. So as you heal, we all heal. And as I heal, you all heal. Work. As your mind opens, life is not just centered around your personal gains and losses, but shining your light for the well-being of all, whether wherever you happen to be, right? So opening your mind in any moment, okay, there's something here that I might not see. Now, you can be extremely covert while you're doing that. You don't have to broadcast that across the room unless you're Leo rising like I am. This mantra is ideal for ending the inner negotiation with the ego, one fish versus the other. Be careful. Unraveling self-sabotage and confronting the inevitability of loss, which is just true. Because sometimes it's like, well, why take it on? It's not going to last forever. Well, nothing does. We're not in these bodies forever. True immortality is knowing that you are a soul, not a body. Physical immortality is essentially vampirism, right? It's without the eternal youth, really. It's not the bargain you think it is, physical immortality. Both, but you know, it's a bloodline thing. Opening our minds with ideas and inspiration, allowing ourselves to see beyond our beliefs and ideas. So, we are done, but here's what I like to do in case you don't want to, if you came in halfway through or whatever, I'm just going to go through them all again, reading what they are, putting aside my own as I go, and returning them to their respective paths. Pax, P-A-C-K-S. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and you have trust with untangling neglect. I take the time to give myself all the approval that I desire. Taurus, the healing angel of dreams, transforming tragedy. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. Gemini, welcoming surrender. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed with the healing angel of answered prayer. Really feels like something is being revealed there. For my Cancerians, the angel of surrender and release while inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts, and it feels like it's going to take a lot of weight off your shoulders in that healing. For us lovely Leos, we've got the healing angel of new love with releasing expectations. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision it or not, which is good. Then we can just sort of go with the flow. For us Virgos, the healing angel of blessings with allowing appreciation. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it, as well as you're actually transferring that positive energy as a blessing. Rock on. Oh no, I want that one for my private collection. I have to write those down. For the Libras that we are, really the healing angel of children could be literal children or the child of the heart, which really came through strong on this, allowing it to encounter conflict. I don't choose sides, I take a stand. For the Scorpios out there, we've got the miracle, the healing of miracles, and the miracle healing angel here. With discovering happiness, I allow myself to be content exactly as I am, which I think is just so important for anyone with any kind of major water placement in their chart, daily, hourly, as needed. For my Sagittarius asses, meditation with processing grief. My losses prove how deeply I loved, and by all means, remember, if you have the empathic piece with that, you are processing that for people who just don't know how to, and that sucks, but there are perks to the job being an empath in that way, a master empath. For my Capricorns, healing angel of forgiveness with expanding inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. For my Aquarians, the healing angel of truth and integrity, expressing free will. My choices determine how brightly I shine. I've had that one so often. For Sagittarius, Capricorn. Oh yeah, Aquarius and Pisces. This is us. Sorry, I forgot my pack was over there. I'm like, there's an extra. My Pisces, my Fishies, my Mer family. The healing angel of ideas and inspiration as we open the mind, allowing ourselves to see beyond our beliefs and ideas. And there you have it, angels and mantras for February 2021. The next one I'm going to do, I'll probably do it tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to put out one of the Path of True Love with extendeds, I think, later today, but we'll see. So next after that will probably come the Crystal Oracle, and how fun is that? Wishing you all the very, very best, and the very, very blessed, my YouTube friends. I like doing these all signs readings. They're fun for me, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you're new and you liked it, something resonated, hit the thumbs up. You want more, subscribe. Comment as you see fit, and like I said, write down the mantras and the angels, like put them on little post-its, index cards, and just shuffle them around and see what happens throughout the month. I write them down. I have clipboards full of this stuff. Anyway, wishing you all the very best in the very blessed February 2021, my friends. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.